Welcome to Spotlight. The boys in gold earned a point here at home for their season opener, made multiple exciting debuts, and hit the road this Saturday to play New York Red Bull. All that and more on this episode. Welcome back to Spotlight. We are back. I'm your host, Liv, and joining me today is Jaleel and Lucas. Lucas, we missed you last week. How are you doing?
Glad to be here. Glad to be here on Saturday. It was a little chilly, pretty nice today, but great to see fans nonetheless. Ton of debuts, including Liv on the Jumbotron.
Yep.
Jaleel getting the crowd fired up pregame. That's how I know we're underway for 2025.
Yes.
I mean, NSC fans, you're in good hands with us, but Lucas, I have to tell you, last week when you weren't here, your girl over here, she threw a couple shots. So whatever you got to say to my boy, make sure you say it to his face. That's going to be the theme of the year. Whatever you need to say it to our face.
I watch. You know I watch,
Exactly.
even when I'm not there.
Did you find anything offensive from what I said?
Of course, saying that the team is the desk is complete without Lucas, come on, it's impossible.
I thought about it. I've prepared a statement. No, Liv, there's nothing you could possibly say to offend me. You're good.
Thank you very much. I think he took enough offense for all of us.
He's just trying to stir stuff up. That's all it is.
He is. Well, anyways, let's talk about Saturday. Nashville SC resulted in a 0-0 draw against New England Revolution. First, we're going to hear from Coach BJ Callahan and Matthew Corcoran.
First and foremost, I want to start by thanking the fans who showed up today. It's, the conditions were not ideal with the weather, but I would say towards the end of that game, they gave us a real boost for that last 30 minutes. So, I think that's first and foremost to thank them. A game that you saw a lot of new faces, and there was some really, I'd say, high quality moments. Moments that we can build on and be proud of, but at the same time, it's a home match. We want to walk away with 3 points, and I think we probably need to be a little bit cleaner and more clinical in the final third. And I would say not only just scoring chances, but even maybe the pass or two before scoring chances. But a lot of positives to walk away from, and I'll end with sort of the. This is what we said we want to do, and it's easy to say things, but to go put a Wyatt, Meyer, go put Matt Corcoran on the field, I think it's something that all Nashville fans can be proud of, and a look into what the future can look like.
It was a great experience for me. I think in preseason, just BJ giving confidence in me to go out there and keep playing. To do it in front of Geodis was amazing. Great fans, it was electric, and unfortunately we didn't get the win, but I thought we played well. And I think the connections were there. You saw it was new faces, but we're building chemistry as we go. And I think we looked very good in moments, and some things we still have to touch up on, but I think it was very positive.
Taking a look at Saturday, Jaleel, what were some of your key takeaways?
Always being able to get a multitude of players 90 minutes under their belt. That's the key for match day one. Clean sheet. Doesn't get any better than that as far as the defense is concerned. And then, of course, you're starting to see glimpses of what the team is trying to do on the offensive side there. So, of course, not a finished product, but when you're looking at the first game, you want it to look like the pictures that you're trying to paint in preseason. I'd like to think that BJ Callahan would be happy about the first result, you could say.
Yeah, really just missing the final product, right? There's a goal disallowed due to an offside. You have to hat tip New England. They were organized defensively, pretty good for a rebuilt unit. They gave up 74 goals last year. Some good saves by Ali Azivacic, the goalkeeper, but you just saw a clear outline of what Nashville wants to be, I think, creating those overloads, those numerical advantages, some of that interchangeability in the formation, right? Whether it's a 4-4-2, 4-2-2-2, however you want to categorize it, to a 3-5-2 in the attack with players shifting sides and the width of the field changing. But how can we go on about this game without talking about the two debutants? Now, I know there were more than two, but for now, let's talk about Wyatt Meyer and Matt Corcoran, guys. Thrown into the fire, Corcoran 19 years old, Meyer 23. Jaleel, it just felt like the moment wasn't too big for either of those guys at a critical position.
Yeah, and that's how you get young players woven into what you're trying to do. You give them experience. You let them play. Of course, once they earn it, what I like from Myers, he shows his ability to not only be very solid on the defensive side of the ball, but affect scoring opportunities as well. The goal that's disallowed, Hani Mukhtar just barely steps in front of the line. Meyer starts it with an amazing clip ball over the top. And one thing that you can take away on the offensive side of the game is that when NSC is able to get out on the wings, it looks very, very good. whenever you can float it to the back post and Sam Surge can dunk, it's looking kind of nice.
It is looking good. I definitely feel like the vibes were great in this place. The people who showed up in that 25-degree weather showed up. There was good energy on the field. There was good energy off the field. But I also want to talk about the outfits that the players rolled up in. And I have to ask you, who was your favorite, who showed up in your favorite outfit?
I'm going to roll with Jack Meyer. The long coat over the white sweater, elegant look. I feel like we don't give Jack enough love for his pregame fits.
There's a reason
on these
for that.
shows. I know, but listen, 99th career MLS start for Nashville. Feels like that team just drafted him number 2 overall in the 2020 MLS Super Draft. Crazy how far Jack Meyer has come in this system. So I'm going to give a credit to the milkman on this one.
An understatement to say how far Jack has come. My goodness, the stuff they used to roll into the stadium with in 2020 versus now, completely revamped. I'm proud of him.
Hey, that could also be the effect of having a girlfriend too.
Yeah,
okay?
Yeah, maybe. I think Jalil might have had something to do with that tutelage too. Yeah.
You know, us older guys, we try to show the younger guys when they're really off the beaten path how to get back on. For me, I'm looking at the homie Hani Mukhtar. He came in his full little Cali Kendrick Lamar looking swag. It's fire. It's unconventional, but I think when we fast forward the clock about 2 or 3 years, we're going to see a lot of people coming up in game day fits looking just like that.
That's right. I will say mine was Josh Bauer. I think he looked so fresh, had his turtleneck, had those plaid pants on. For me, I felt like he just was rolling out of the New York fashion show. Looked nice, clean, and crisp. So that's my selection. Looking ahead, NSC hits the road. They're going to play against New York Red Bull. Lucas, can you talk to us about the history of these two teams?
Well, especially the recent history, it's been very low scoring between these two teams. 2 scoreless draws a year ago. In fact, 3 out of the last 4 fixtures between these two have had no goals to speak of. But I will say this is a very different Nashville team in its approach. And for that matter, Jalil, I'd say the same thing about New York Red Bulls, right? They still have that pressing style that Red Bulls is known for all over the world. But Sandro Schwartz wants to play with the ball. They want to play through Emil Forsberg and create chances. So this might be a little more fireworks than we're used to between Nashville and New York Red Bulls.
Yeah, I wouldn't disagree with that. One of the biggest misconceptions about Red Bull is that they don't like the ball. Under Sandro Schwartz, they absolutely do. They ended up suffering a 1-0 defeat in Cincinnati. It's pretty close, went back and forth. But when you look at the stats, though, Red Bull they dominated the ball, had about 52% of the possession. They also had more shots on goal and shots in general. The one thing that Cincy was able to edge them out on was chances and chances created. That's why they were able to get the result. But for me, if you can get another clean sheet, that's definitely a step in the right direction because it's very difficult to play in Red Bull Arena. And when you talk about clean sheets, Joe Willis is top 15 in all of MLS history in terms of clean sheets, now with 68 in the last result. So what I would like to think is if the game is very, very close, Joe has the ability to keep it level or keep Nashville up ahead if they're winning.
All right, well, this is going to be the first away match of the season. There are plenty of opportunities for fans to find a pub partner near them. Nashville SC put together a fun pub partner list with over 30 partners in the major Nashville area, so make sure that you find one near you. Thanks for watching this episode of Spotlight. The Boys in Gold hit the road this Saturday against New York Red Bulls at 6:30 p.m. Central Time. Want to watch the match with other Nashville SC supporters? Check out our list of neighborhood pubs at the link below. You can also watch the match on MLS Season Pass on Apple TV. Thanks for watching.